probably like one of the only people in Portland who doesn't have a single tattoo.
Me too.
You have none? Oh my god,
She doesn't have any either. The two of us, yeah.
I think people with 0 and people with a ton are awesome, and then like the people with 1, I'm like, how?
You're half-assing it.
Yeah, well, I will say I don't believe them. I'm like, that will not last. First of all, don't do what I do, which is I don't even think about it. Like, I just got the cheeseburger emoji. Like, I like, you know, I'm like, oh, I should, and then I go get it. Like, I never think it through. If I could go back and watch them all off, which I did for the Human music video.
Yeah, that was.
I noticed that. That was crazy.
Yeah, that took 3.5 hours of makeup, and I thought I was gonna love it, which would have been terrible because then I was like, oh my god, what if I don't like myself ultimately now? And then and so at first I was like so into it, I was so in shock basically for like 4 hours, and then by like the middle of the day I was like, oh my god, please wash this stuff out. Like I felt so uncomfortable, and then when they came back I felt me again, and then I was like, oh my god, I like myself.
Well, and it's perfect for Human, like that music video, even though you were covered, like it's what you were saying about that song, and having to realize that you did something maybe that you didn't feel good about, and like, hey, I'm just a human.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and
tattoos are part of you.
It's the physical opposite of me. Mm-hmm. You know, I wanted to appear non-human in the beginning, and not be all like Terminator. So like just the little mechanical parts are very subtle.
Mm-hmm. And the X-ray through the
that
was cool. Yeah.
So that was like, you know, not the whole thing. Like the main focus was the fact that I was, you know, not tattooed, because that would be the opposite of me. That was a really cool experience for me that day to realize I really do in fact like the way that I am, and like all the tattoos and stuff. Yeah.
So I have an extremely important question for you.
Yeah.
How much do you miss your dog right now?
Oh my god. I miss Pistachio every day. She's right now living with my cousin.
Oh, man.
I feel so bad. Well, she and I got her the minute the album 1 cycle was over. I had her planned. I planned her conception. I was like, I want a white, French bulldog, and I planned it all out. I knew her name would be Pistachio. I was dreaming her up about like halfway through the 6th tour of mine out of 9. And then I knew that after the 9th tour, the Mraz tour, when I got home, I'd get her. So I got her on October 16th of 2012. So she's kind of been home hopping, but to the sweetest people ever.
Yeah.
And she's so happy. I see pictures of her constantly, but I can't have her right now because it'd be so super unfair.
Yeah. And your parents are both Italian. I see pictures on Instagram of them.
Yeah, my dad is. My mom isn't, but she is by osmosis because she's been married to my dad for 36 years.
Oh, that's awesome. It's so rare to have parents stay together this day and age and have been together.
And they fell in love again. They had a period, I'm sure, like most people married that long, where it was just kind of whatever, mundane. Mm-hmm. And then something happened, and they fell madly in love recently, and they're the cutest I've ever seen them.
I totally understand the head and the heart.
Love that. Yeah.
I see the Instagram pictures, and I'm like, yep, that's me. I always follow my heart.
But following your head's not always right either.
So how has their relationship influenced your relationships and what you do and choose?
Well, I think how they've inspired me is that it's at least possible. Mm-hmm. I don't know the formula. I don't know. What's really cool about this album is that, I'm telling you the truth. This is where I'm at in my life right now. Like, I've never been so caught up creatively and personally at the same time. And so I proposed this question with this album, and I'm not pretending I have it figured out. I'm like, Love Strong made sense. I was really hoping to be Love Strong. And then, for the past 3 years, I've had these relationships that were quite possibly my most intense and most wonderful and most awful all in the same time.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I came out of everything just a couple months ago, I already knew the theme of the album and everything, so it was funny living it at the same time as creating it. And then I was sort of left, because now I'm recently single too, and I'm really inquisitive and really, really unsure and really open to other people's ideas and interpretations. And it's a fun thing. It's almost interactive to talk about constantly because I don't know the answer. Even though I think it's both, I think we're supposed to, at some point, find a moment where we literally believe and trust both. But I'm so far from that, and I have no idea how to get there. From here to there, I don't know, and that's what I'm hoping this next 3-year journey will, help me find. And if I stay willing to learn, I don't know, maybe it's possible, but I have no clue.
You say the 3-year journey, you're talking about the tour for the next album.
Yeah.
And then after that, are you thinking you might want to take a little time off and be with your puppy, or are you going to go right into the next one? Or
no, I'm going to take time off. I already know, because that will have been about 7 years straight.
Wow.
And which is such a blessing. I mean, if I
Yeah.
do this for 3 more years, that's so wonderful. And I'm going to enjoy it. I'm bringing like a camera, being a tourist, and
Awesome.
you know, and having more fun this time around. I'm looking up. I'm actually, because the first time around I didn't even believe it was real life. Now I know it's real life, and I'm like, whoa, like this is a prime time of my life. So I want to enjoy this. And but I really want to buy a house,
Yeah.
and I really want to grow cucumbers and tomatoes in my backyard and play with pistachio and like, you know, but then again, there's that whole like you make plans and who knows, and so I don't know what's gonna happen, but my desire would be to stop for a second because I've been pretty nonstop. Because this whole year and a half I've been off, I've worked every single day.
Yeah.
I was in, you know, London and LA and New York, writing, recording, and working.
Well, my final question before I let you go, I could sit here and talk with you for hours.
Yeah,
These are
me too.
awesome.
Thanks.
Is very important. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Pistachio.
Of course! I knew it! I knew it! Oh, so nice to talk with you. Thank you, dear. Good luck on this next tour.